Hi, my name is Neely. I'm the founder of I Am Not a Mistake Foundation. I am here today to tell you more about the reason why I Am Not a Mistake Foundation was formed, and I'm going to start straight away from that. I started the foundation because I believed that a lot of people in South Africa had mental problems due to the circumstances that we are in currently. My main objective was to start divisions. The first one that is up and running is the safe houses, where we take care of people that either are abused women and children or elderly people at this point in time that is not looked after in a good way. The second one is the inspirational side, where I am going around to tell people about God, about faith, and how I overcome a lot of debilitating issues in my life. I was adopted. I never knew about it. I only found out about it when I was at the age of 42. It was truly hurtful for me because I felt that everybody lied to me, and it led me into depression, and finally I tried to commit suicide in 2015 by taking 160 sleeping pills, which we all now understand that it didn't work because I'm here today talking to you. And then I wanted to spread the story. So the inspirational side is for people to tell them that, listen, life is not so bad. There is hope for you. You just need to take care of yourself. You need to love yourself first and foremost, and also start living with faith. The foundation then wanted to go further, and still is going to go further, because we have got a security division which we are currently outsourcing, and where we remove situations and people from situations, placing them into a safe house so that they can be looked after and taken care of. We also have a division where we've got trained professionals, psychiatrists, psychologists, counselors, people who can help these people through the tough time. We also have got the charities, various charities that we support. We support cancer, we support Alzheimer's at this point in time. And then we also have an HR department where we have got people going into companies where we would much rather have people try and work together than to just be fired for something or someone that they couldn't get along with. So we've got that as well. The I'm Not a Mistake Foundation wanted to really bring hope, love, and peace to this country. I then, being in the field for over a period of about 7-8 months now, had to change my attitude about a week ago, where I thought, you know what, I always wanted to be the voice for the people, for the broken ones. I call us all the broken ones, because I hardly believe that anybody sitting or even listening to this has not felt broken at any point in time. So I wanted to be this voice, and then it came to me and I said to myself, you know what, for the first time I'm going to step out and I'm going to address everybody, and I'm going to open up myself for criticism, or I'm going to be welcomed to what I have to say today. So this, what I am saying, is Neely saying this. It is not something that I'm not representing a group of people or anything. I'm representing myself, Neely Olivier, and I'm Not a Mistake Foundation. When we all sit every single day and you go in the morning and you open up Facebook, all that you see is hate, anger, fear. Now, I always in my talks tell people that fear is from evil. Satan uses fear to get people to lose hope, to go into depression, to do harm to themselves, to feel that they're not worthy. And we are actually feeding this fear on a constant basis every single day. I'm going to take one example. There was about a week or two ago a scenario where a nanny were mishandling a baby. Immediately it started this racist attitude. And I say, whoa, Why do we always have to go one step further? The person that was doing this to that baby, that person needs help. That person is the problem. Whether it was another nationality baby, the same thing would have happened, because the adult that was looking after this child has the problem, and we as a nation have to address the problem. So for me, I stand for absolutely love. I stand for peace. I want this country to be whole again. This country, I was born here. Now let me just quickly take you back. Remember one thing, I don't know who my biological parents are. I do know that they were English. I was adopted by very, very Afrikaans people, but also people that never, ever believed in looking down at any nationality ever. So I was raised to have respect for every nationality. I was raised to have respect for older people, and I was raised Afrikaans, although my heritage was actually English. So a lot of people out here in South Africa have got the same problem, where you are branded for what you are not, because a lot of people are using the social media platform at this point in time for feeding hate and anger amongst all nationalities. And I'm not going to take this thing into a racist thing. I'm not going to take it into a specific nationality thing. But as I'm standing here, I am so over all these organizations and all these political parties that is currently using normal people like me and you out there to actually feed them, because they sit and they say something on social media which create such a lot of animosity and such a lot of hatred amongst people. And they basically sit back and we all participate, and then it's just hate and hopelessness. And all I want to say to you guys is, you have to understand, you have a choice. You have a choice not to listen to people. Do not pay attention to situations that you don't agree with. But the minute that you start actively joining in and participating, you give away your power to those people. So, if you see a situation that somebody is blowing it up into a racist thing, do not participate. Sit back and leave it. Because the more that we're going to stop feeding them, the more they're not going to have a voice to do what they want to do to us at this point in time. And it's basically making us scared, angry, and we are hopeless. So that's why depression is one of the highest in the world. I actually also must be honest with you, I don't really care about the world. I care about South Africa. I want to ask all of you, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at all the political parties at this point in time, and I'm saying, hell no. Who am I going to vote for? Because they promise one thing, 3 months later they start doing another thing. And corruption is on the order of the day, but we're not supposed to talk about corruption. We're not supposed to say anything about that. But all of these people, and then there's various institutions that is coming up for various nationalities. Nobody is actually helping South Africa and helping you and me. We need medical. We need decent hospitals. We need decent education. We need decent trained people to help the elderly. We need decent people that is trained to look after women that's been abused and kids that are being abused. Why are we fighting about Jan van Riebeeck 300 years ago? I couldn't care less about Jan van Riebeeck or what happened in apartheid. We don't live there. I don't hate. I love everybody. South Africa is a big ass country. There's enough space for all of us to live here. I was born in this country. I am a South African and I am from Africa, South Africa. Nobody's going to tell me that I am a visitor in this country, because I'm not. I was born here and I've got the right to be here. So has each and every other nationality. We built this country together. Now we're tearing this country apart. And a few people are sitting on top, and that's all they do, is spreading propaganda and making us unsure, not knowing where to go, not knowing what's happening, losing hope, hopelessness, and that is why it is the way that it is. You are waking up every single day and you think, oh no, not another day. So all I'm saying is, I say to you all, stand up with me and say to them, I am not going to participate. I am not going to listen to what you have said. We can never go back to apartheid. It's done. I'm not even going to discuss that. I Am Not a Mistake Foundation only goes back to one place. I'm going to show you one place. We're going to go back like many, many thousands of years ago, when you all understand. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear about God, but you know what? I am going to talk about God. So, God came and he destroyed earth with water. There was an ark with 2 animals each, and then there was Noah, his wife, his 3 sons, and 3 wives. Okay, it rained for 40 days and 40 nights, and then voila. In Genesis 9, go read it. God said to Noah, you and your sons go forth and make nations. Now I want to ask you, that was an instruction by God. Did God put any nationality in there? Did he say anything? He says, go forth and make nations. So, I'm not a very stupid person. I might be broken. But that's what the people don't understand. You might be broken like me. But one thing you are not stupid. So start thinking. Because we actually are all intertwined. Because we came from 4 families. That's what the earth started with. Now why can't we stop dwindling in the past and stop referring to apartheid and stop referring to white people are just visitors in this country, and stop attacking each and every little thing? If a black nanny is mishandling a white baby, now it has to be racist. It doesn't have to be racist. You have to address the person with the problem. So, all I'm saying is, guys, girls, women, children, young people, we can, again, make this a great country. But you have to understand that you need to make the change. We need to bring God back into our lives. We need to live with faith. I know that Mr. Angus Buchan has been preaching and preaching and preaching and saying, please turn back, and people just don't want to hear, because we've lost our faith. We need to bring the faith back, because when you have faith, you look at another brother and a sister and you love them. You love them. You don't criticize them. You don't judge them. None of you are so high that you can judge the person next to you. We are not here to judge, but it's time for us to use our voice and your vote to determine where we're going to go to for the future. And I am now starting a membership to say we are going to start fighting with love, not with guns, not with anything. But I now need people to stand up, to say we are going to stand up, because none of us are mistakes. None of us. And we have to start doing things now. We cannot sit back anymore and say, you know what, let's just let that go, but I will quickly hate today and tomorrow I'll feel better. No, we have to religiously start fighting this, to say that we're not going to let these people do this to us anymore. We are so scared. I know that sometimes people are scared to come out of their houses. Go back to abuse of women and children, bullying at school. Why do we allow that? But the first thing that we do, if there's any various nationalities involved, we forget about the problem. The problem in South Africa is people have mental issues. They are depressed because we have got lots of to deal with. We are scared. We are afraid. So come on, I was also afraid. And you know what? When you're afraid, you do some stupid stuff. But when you start looking at something and you say, you know what? I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight anyone. But I will fight you. I've got my boundaries of love. And I've got my boundaries for my people. And I'm fierce. And I'm going to fight you. I'm going to fight you with the right things. I want to see a place in South Africa where we can all live together. Where we can all share. We can all rebuild this country from the bottom up. We have done that so many times. Over and over and over. We do not need another political party to sit there and say to us, okay, fine, now this is going to happen to this. No, the people, you have got the voice, it's your choice. We need to stand together to say, we refuse. Because 90% of the people that I deal with every single day, we actually are done with hate. We are so finished with hate. We just want to live in peace and harmony. And we don't mind the sun can shine over everyone. Nobody's going to come and take my land away. I paid for it. As much as what you paid for it, or you paid for yours. You're not going to take me out of my house. I paid for it. You're not going to take anything away from any nationality. And you can clearly understand where I'm coming from. I refuse to bring in racist. Because that is one word that I never want to hear about. Because every time anybody is looking for an excuse to address the real problems, that word comes in very quickly. We are at the point in our lives where we have to, honestly and truthfully, we need to start thinking and we need to start acting. We are so strong in our voices and in our opinions. And we just need to understand that we do not want to listen to them. But then we need to cut them off. We don't need to feed into that. Everybody has got their own right to believe what they want to believe. But let's all believe in one thing. We need to build a generation to take this country to the next level. This generation, well, I'm about to die within the next 10 years, I'm not sure. But I want my daughter and my grandkids to have a country where they can live in. No empty promises. But let's address real issues here. Many years ago, it was decided very politely that in South Africa now, the death penalty is off the table. I say bring it back. You want to kill? We will execute you. Because that is the only way that you are going to learn that it is not okay. It is not okay to do that. We need to strengthen our police. We need to train them more properly to handle all kinds of situations. Not where I have been involved, where I take abused kids and then they tell me it's a child syndrome. Excuse me? Sir, do you know, or ma'am, do you know what you're talking about? Clearly not. So education in this country is just so bad that people are not trained for the positions that they apply for. referring to the nanny. If somebody took the time to let her do a test and find out maybe she couldn't handle the child screaming that way, I am not for 1 minute say that it is okay to handle a child like that, believe you me. But it could have been prevented if the things were in place, if there were guidelines in place before you actually employ a person to look after children. Because they're not easy. If you have children, you will know it takes a lot out of you. Now I want to go back to the old people. When they're like over the age of 75, they start slowly having dementia. These people cannot look after themselves properly. They start forgetting to eat, to do ever. Those were the people that 80 years ago, 60 years ago, started building huge companies like Sasol and all of them. Now I find some of those people lying on a mattress in an old age home, and people looking after them are not equipped to deal with a person that is requiring special kind of care. And I'm not even talking about frail care like Alzheimer's or cancer and places like that. We also owe it to our old people to give them a decent place to live. So money in this country should be distributed to make sure that we've got water, we've got medical, that we've got education, that we train people, that we've got safe places for our old people to go to. And we've got safe places where we can take children, women, men, boys out of an abusive situation. We go back to teachers at this point in time. I was dumbstruck when I saw what teachers can do to kids, because they are put there and they are not 100% fit for the position, yet they take your child and whatever they need to do during the day, they do to your child. It's bullying. Some of them are like emotional abuse. A lot of people have got not an idea. The worst kind of abuse, worst, and I've gone through all of them, is silent abuse. And do you understand how silent abuse works? Is when you and I have a fight, I immediately shut down. I don't speak to you. I don't talk to you. I make like you don't understand, like you don't live. So, a lot of people are using silent treatment as a way to punish a person. Do you know how you break down a person by doing that? You could turn around to the person and say, you know what, I'm not ready to speak to you right now, but let me speak to you in 5 hours when I feel better or when I've calmed down. But some people use the silent treatment on children, husbands on wives, wives on husbands, girlfriends, the list goes on. Silent treatment puts you in a depression so fast your head will spin. So a lot of people are using that method and they don't even know that they are doing it, because in all the kinds of abuses that there are, that is the one type of abuse that people cannot see. It's not like physical abuse, because you can just say, but what am I doing wrong? But what you do to that person is disgusting, because you sit there and think, what did I do wrong? Why don't they want to speak to me? Why this? Why is this happening to me? And a lot of people are doing it, grown-up people are doing it at work, they're doing it on school levels, they're even doing it in kindergarten. Now you want to understand and you want to ask the questions, why is my child unhappy? Why is this unhappy? Because we are unhappy. Because we are bullied, then we become bullies, and the circle just carry on and on and on. We need to stop. We need to stop and take stock of where we are and where we've come and where we want to go to. But I can tell you one thing, that believe you me, if we do not stand now, not tomorrow and the day after that, but we have to stand up now and say, we will not entertain. We will not even put a comment. We will not do this. They will put their platforms, they will shout out, and you will go and you will say, I love it, I don't, I love my neighbor, I love that neighbor, I owe that one, I am happy, I am not going to get involved. The minute you take away your input, you actually leave them powerless. Then they've got no power. Stop giving people power over your life. I've stopped giving people power over my life. I say no. No to hate. No to everything. I do not agree with anyone. I'm so mixed. I don't know who I am, but I'm fine and I'm happy with it. So should you be. But you should not be scared to go to your house at night, close the doors and don't come out because you don't know what's happening. Yes, there's a lot of murder. There's a lot of rape. But why? Because they know that nothing is going to happen. They're going to be put in jail and that's it. We need to say no more. If you wanted to kill, that is it. You're going to go through the process of the law. And the law, if they found you guilty, you're going to pay the ultimate price. But we need to bring in structures back into South Africa. We need to bring structures back into our lives. And companies, you need to also make sure that you stand together to build back. Because I have made the calculation about a week ago. And I took 4 years ago where I was in my life financially compared to today. No, the good picture. Instead of growing, I am way worse off. And I think that a lot of you can relate to that. Because things have happened. People have lost jobs in the meantime. Companies have closed down. Do you know that as we are sitting here and we're talking today, that 85% of my age group is between 50 and 60 cannot afford to retire because they have used their retirement funds to tie them over for the period that they were without a job. Some people know that big companies are closing down. In South Africa, where are those people going? There's no jobs for us. But we can create jobs. Because I'm Not a Mistake Foundation has got the resources to sit down and help you, to give you a plan, a business plan for a small business. We're not here to say that you're going to be very rich, but we also say that you don't have to be poor. You just have to have the ability to want to do something. And people will help to build one another back up. Because the better that you and me are doing, the better the country is going to start doing. And there will be more jobs. But the more we are just so emotionally drained and not even looking forward to tomorrow, it's going to leave us exactly where we are. And 2 years from now, we're going to be worse off than what we were 4 years ago. So you're not going to get better. It's getting worse. But it's not the end. You need to fall on your knees and we need to start and pray and say to God, help us. Help us to see the light. Help us to open our eyes towards our brothers and our sisters. This is our country. And I've said it so many times. It's a big ass country. There's enough space for all of us. Nobody's going to take land away. We will go into negotiations and then try and get land the right way. But there's no way that you can just walk in and think that somebody's just going to give you the keys to their house or the keys to a farm. That is just not, think about it logically. You cannot just do that. We also have to stop the corruption. The billions, and not millions, the billions that has been taken away from us, the people. You know what? We could have had awesome hospitals. We could have had awesome schools. We could have had awesome old age homes. We could have had training centers for so many people that we could have created jobs. Where's that money? We're never going to see it. We're never going to see it again. And when I speak to people, they don't know who to vote for. I'm with you there, sister and brother. I also don't know. So at this point in time, I think that maybe I should start standing up and say, you know what? Let's start a new organization where we're going to say, bring power back to the people. We want our power back. We want to make the decisions. We want to decide who is going to sit in the positions. And that is going to truly care about every single living citizen nationality in this country. Not say that you for this and then 10 minutes later you read, oh, not so much. Not sit in offices typing letters that I can't even read. I'm not a journalist. But they expect people then to understand what they dig up about 100 years ago. Again, I'm Not a Mistake Foundation only refers to one thing in the past, and that's Noah's Ark. The end. I don't discuss anything in between. I don't care. I have got no guilty complex against any nationality in this country or in the world for that matter. So why must I be scared? Because I might be light-skinned. That somebody is going to hate on me because of what other organizations are saying. You cannot do that. Each situation must be dealt on a merit on its own. If that is a merit and that situation happened between two nationalities, don't make it into a hate and a racist thing. We need to take the situation and say, okay, fine, the person has got the problem. So all I'm saying at the end of the day is, I wanted to do this a lot slower, but you know what? At the pace that the hate is flying all over social media, I need to jump in and say, I can't do this anymore. Because I'm standing up against all of that. I stand up for love. We are all broken, but we're not stupid. Damn it. And start using your voice and your vote. Stop feeding into the social media. Stop leaving comments. Ignore them. The minute that you start ignoring these people, they have got no power. If they want to spread hate speeches, they've got no power. If you do not show up, they've got no power. Why don't we rather show a rally where we say, let's get together, let's talk about love, let's hear from one another. What do you want, sir? What do you want in South Africa? Ma'am, what do you want? Little Johnny, what do you want? Sipho, what do you want? Mary, what do you want? Let's sit together and have a constructive, positive, huge gathering where we can say what we want from the heart. Because I'm Not a Mistake Foundation judges no one. You do not sit that high. In my life, only one person can judge me, and that is God. Nobody else could judge me. So, that is what I'm trying to get through to you. Rather go to a peaceful rally. Everything has done in peace has worked out. Everything in war is just hate. We need to stop Satan in his tracks and say to him, no more, we're not going to allow you. So if you want to, let's pull the stadium full. Soweto Stadium full of people that is prepared to stand there and to sit there and to say, you know what, even if I switch off my data from now on and I refuse to post anything negative, I will not attack any situation that these other organizations are busy spreading. But now we will have a platform where we can fight them with love. Because fight, we are going to fight. And I'm ready for this fight. But I promise you, it's going to be from love. You come for me, I'm going to come with you to love. I'm never, ever, ever going to badmouth you. I'm never going to say anything wrong about you. You've got a voice. You've got an opinion. I need to hear your opinion. Let's write the opinions down. And let's see whether we can't take that and rather build on that and get a different person in. I will stand for South Africa if I have to. I will fight. If I'm strong enough and I've got strong enough people behind me, I will fight for you and make sure that it will go the way it is. And it's got nothing to do with that I'm tall and I've got red hair. Nah. It's got because here and here, I've got the right ingredients. I love my people, I love my country, and I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So if anybody is hoping for me to now go away in silence, I'm not. I'm actually coming out more and more and more. And I'm going to advertise, and I'm going to have a rally, and I'm going to bring everybody together in love. Because that is the only way, and you guys must please start living it every day. Go onto I'm Not a Mistake Foundation Facebook page, go onto the website, and let's start helping one another. You know what? The more people you help up, the more you will be blessed. So the only thing is that I say is, please guys, girls, men, women, this is not over. But we have to change our attitudes. Please, we cannot live and just fight everyone, then this comes and then everybody is upset again. And then another story hits and then we're all upset about that again. And I do not entertain. Don't talk to me about 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 100 years, 300 years ago. I will not entertain it. I was not guilty. There's millions of people that are not guilty of anything. We have never hated upon any other nationality, never. Now, why was we be scared today? Because other people are threatening our lives and our livelihood. That is not fair. So, I'm not going to get into a battle. I'm going to get into a battle with love and say, this is not what I want. But I want the people to stand with me to say, I agree with her. We're going to start saying what we want. We can't have everything for free. Understand one thing. The previous governments took everything for free. We have not got the luxury for free. We need to start working. We are not going to be enablers. We are not going to say, oh, shame. But we are going to pull together. Build homes, build institutions, build hospitals. Do. Because we can't do it alone. I can't do it alone. That one can't do it alone. We need everyone in this country to start saying, fine, we're going to do things for the right reasons. And the right reasons are what is good for us and what is good for the country and what is good for pre-born up till death. Because that is what we need to look after. We need to make sure that our children and our old people and us in between are taken care of. And the only way we can do that is hard work, dedication, and faith in God. And that's the only way we're going to get out of this. And if you don't want to believe me, it is sad. Because then I'm truly sad. Because then I've missed the boat. Because really, we are millions feeling the same way as I am. So I am inviting all the millions that's feeling that way to get in touch so that we can start standing up and not be scared that people are going to shut us down and our voices aren't being heard. Because they are. You've got a voice, you've got a vote. And power to the people. That's all I'm saying. I want power back to the people of South Africa. And each and every one in South Africa. Thank you.